Hello and welcome to Retrospection, the podcast where we take an old movie or TV show, dust it off and decide if it deserves to be displayed in a museum or just chucked back into that temporal vortex. My name's Paul and my job comes under the heading of instant weight loss.
That's really funny. Continue.
So regular listeners will have already realised that Colin, my usual co-host, he's disappeared on one of his archaeological expeditions. But to fill his ample shoes, I'm very excited to introduce my special guest, Eleanor. Hello.
Hello, who is a definite downgrade from Colin.
Oh, he'll love you saying that. He'll love that. any compliment that he doesn't have to fish for, he'll love it. Trust me.
Oh, perfect. Okay, I'll throw a few more in.
So, welcome to the show. By the way, are Colin's shoes, are they okay? Hopefully he's managed to get that odour under control. Yeah, his feet are a bit pongy.
I was like, that sounds a bit rude. You're prehistoric too. That's... Continue, I'm so sorry.
I can't get away with this stuff when he's actually on the podcast, so I'm making the most of it.
That feels mean-spirited, but I approve. Continue.
So on this episode, we'll be taking a look at the British TV show Primeval, which ran on ITV, which I was surprised at. For some reason, I thought it was a BBC show, but it wasn't.
It looks like it has a BBC budget. I'm going to be super honest. Let's just get that out of the way. It does look like it has a BBC budget, but it didn't. It had actual money.
Yeah, it's one of those shows that falls into that category of... There was a lot of these shows all produced at the same time, wasn't there? Things like Merlin. I think there was an Atlantis one as well, wasn't there? Robin Hood.
Oh, Robin Hood.
You're getting the feels for Robin Hood.
Oh, that trilogy that you've just described, like Primeval, Merlin, Robin Hood, that is peak Saturday night television. Like, whenever you even mention them, I'm transported back to my youth when I was slightly younger, way younger than you, like, I don't know, 10. Oh, those are the good times. You know, when you didn't have any problems in life.
I can't remember when that was. So you're kind of giving away the fact that you're not an old codger like me and Colin, are you?
No, but I've been told I have an old soul, presumably because I sit inside and do a lot of reading and I'm quite boring, so...
Perfect for a podcast.
Perfect, yay!
Perfect. So it ran on ITV from 2007 to 2011 for 5 seasons, which again, I didn't remember that it ran for so long.
It is surprising it made it that long.
It is. IMDb says, when strange anomalies start to appear all over England, Professor Cutter and his team must track down and capture all sorts of dangerous prehistoric creatures from Earth's distant past and near future. It's about right, isn't it?
It is right. It's interesting that you mentioned that they're only ever in Britain. That's weird, hey? Like, rips in the space-time continuum, but they all seem to be around London, which is suspicious.
Are you suggesting that perhaps the budget didn't stretch to filming elsewhere?
I would never suggest that. But yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay. The show's cast includes Douglas Henschel as Nick Cutter. I'm not going to read everyone because there's a lot of people in this. Andrew Lee Potts as Connor Temple. Ben Miller, which I'd forgotten he was in this, as James Lester.
Mm-hmm.
And Hannah Spirit as Abby Maitland, is it?
Maitland, yep.
Yep. Couldn't read my own writing then. No, she came to fame as a member of pop group S Club 7, right?
I don't know, that feels too old for me. Is it? Was she? When were S Club 7? Were they the 90s? I was barely born, Paul. I was barely born.
I'll have to remember that, won't I? I'll have to
yes,
remember
you will.
that.
You're going to have to... And I don't like a lot of films either, because I know it dropped me in the middle of your podcasting history, so I was on like 82. But I think Colin mentioned something about that it was a really old, slow film, and that you guys really enjoyed the build-up, and you felt really settled because it was so slow. And that's why I thought it was recent, because that felt like a personal attack / challenge to fight me in a car park somewhere. That's why I thought it was so recent.
A, I would never fight you anywhere because you're kind of scary. And B, you're referring to a conversation that we had not too long ago about how you can't deal with movies that are older than 20 years, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, Colin did not approve of that opinion. I'm just going to point that out to you.
Hey, that's okay. Colin's not here, Paul. We can say what we like. He doesn't have to know.
He doesn't have to know, no, and he never listens to the ones that he's not involved in because he's that narcissistic. Yes.
That is so narcissistic. Not really, Colin, if you're listening. We love you. You're great.
So, Hannah Spirit, actually, I once saw her getting changed in a car park outside Reading Comic Con, which sounds like I was creepily staring at her, but...
It does. Well spotted. Maybe you should have said that.
It was a chance meeting. That's all it was.
Was it? Are you sure?
I wasn't hiding behind a bush. No, I wasn't hiding behind a bush or anything. Seriously.
Okay, well, we've only got your word for it, so...
You have, yes, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay,
so,
suspicious. Okay. I'll have to get Hannah Spirit's word on it later, but I'm sure your stories will match up.
She never saw me, so, you know.
Oh, that's worse! Paul, that's worse! You understand how that's worse, right? You know how that sounds.
It does sound worse now that I say it out loud, yes.
Yeah, it does. It's okay, maybe we should just, move on, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to move on, yes. So the series was created by Tim Haynes and Adrian Hodges. Now, Tim Haynes came up with the show after the success of the TV documentary Walking with Dinosaurs a few years earlier, so you can see the line between this and that, can't you?
You're not going to believe this. I haven't watched that either. When did that come out?
A few years before it. It was like a nature program using CG to create wildlife footage of dinosaurs as though it was real.
That's crazy. They can do that in the early 2000s? That's wild. Again, I was like 5. I don't know what you want from me, Paul. I don't watch anything.
A lot of this information is for the listeners. It's not directly aimed at
lucky.
you.
That's lucky. 'Cause I'm feeling like I just entered a university seminar and I've not done the reading. I don't know any of these people.
That's fine, trust me. I feel like that all the time anyway. Don't worry about it.
Fake it till you make it.
In answer to your question, yes, they did do it, but did they do it well? That's debatable. But it was a thing and it happened.
Okay, that I accept.
I think a lot of the technology that was developed for that show came into play on Primeval because it looks very similar.
Oh, bad. You mean bad, right? What you said was similar, but you meant bad.
Well, we'll get there.
Okay.
The show was originally going to be... It was originally going to be a BBC production, but ended up on ITV after the Beeb decided to pass on it, feeling that it was too close in tone to the hit genre show Doctor Who. You heard of Doctor Who, right? It's one of those little shows.
I don't know. Yes, I've heard of Doctor Who.
Hey, we've got one you've heard of.
Yay! Yay! In fact, I just watched, the Shooty Gatwa episode.
Oh, yes.
I'd seen the 3 David Tennant ones before that, like ages ago, but I put off watching the new Doctor one for ages, possibly because I was still in mourning over David Tennant. It's hard to tell. It was spectacular. It was so joyful. I feel joyful. I feel like Doctor Who's back now, and Russell T Davies is back, and everything's happy, and I love everything, and I'm nearly hysterical at how relieved I am that this Doctor Who is going in the right direction.
I think so too.
I've pulled you off track again. Please go back to Primeval. Go back.
We can go off on tangents wherever you like. It doesn't matter. I'm glad you watched it actually, because I think there was a period where I kept asking you if you'd watched it, and then eventually you just gave up.
Yeah, eventually then I left my job and you no longer asked me.
That's true. That is true. I should point out for the listeners that we used to work together, and this is why we know each other. And I pretty much shanghaied you into coming onto the podcast.
Yes, you did. I'll decide whether I'm resentful about that later on.
All right, you'll let me know.
But at present, I'm okay with it.
It's interesting as at this time. Would you call this kind of a golden age for UK produced Saturday evening genre shows?
Personally, yes. Yes, I would. I think they are shallow, they're not particularly deep, but they're exciting, and you want to keep watching. That's tick, 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 as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with you on that, yeah. I know you like the Atlantis one a lot more than I did.
Yeah, but, I'm a classics graduate. I love everything Greek mythology, even when it's been done poorly, as maybe Atlantis was. I don't know who said that. I think it's really interesting to me to see what people decide to keep from Greek mythology stories, what they decide to do differently. So that's like right up my street. So I can understand why, if you were just watching it as a show and seeing all the CG and the bad acting and the slightly obvious plot lines, you might not enjoy it. But I did.
Just out of curiosity, how faithful to Greek mythology was Atlantis?
Not even a little bit.
I didn't think
barely even first cousins twice removed. It was quite different.
And out of all of these kind of shows, I think that was the one that lasted the least. Am I right in that?
Yeah, it got 2 seasons and then I think ended on a cliffhanger, presumably because they thought erroneously that they were going to get a 3rd season. And I've still not forgiven them for that. I hate cliffhangers. Like, don't end on a cliffhanger. Don't do it. You might not get a 3rd season.
That's true. You never take that risk, do you?
No, you don't. It's a harsh world out there. Things just get cancelled. Normally the good stuff that I like, it all just gets cut. It's not worth that risk.
You sound like you've lost a few shows in your time.
So many. So many fallen comrades that I've had to say goodbye to.
Maybe we could do another one of those next time. Just pick something that's been cancelled.
Just to really grind salt into the wound. Absolutely. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Again, do you think these things through before you say them, or you just whoop, right out there? This is Paul. He rubs salt in my wounds and appears at Hannah's spirit when she's changing. But other than that, he's a solid guy.
Yeah, well, I think our listeners know me by now. Well, they know this version of me. There are multiple Pauls, as I'm sure you are.
Yes, obviously.
So aside from Doctor Who, that kind of era now seems to have passed us by. So I guess I would imagine that things like Strictly Come Dancing or Masked Singer are just cheaper TV to produce than a sci-fi show.
I have never watched The Masked Singer before, but it is just people dancing in giant cardboard costumes, so pretty cheap.
Yeah, I think so. Primeval ran for 5 seasons, as we said, and it's got a bit of a patchy history. The first season was very well received, while season 2 not so much, apparently.
Really? Oh, okay, that's weird, because I think I'd prefer series 2 over series 1 any day. Series 2 has velociraptors in it, in a shopping mall.
What more could you ask for?
What more could you ask for?
Exactly. But season 3 is apparently considered its best and gets a lot of praise, apparently, online.
That's... I think that's probably wrong. Because I love To Die on a Hill. It was a weird bunch, and I think season 3 was sort of, they moved away from just dicking around trying not to get people killed into like actually finding out why the anomalies were happening and if they could predict them. And I didn't like that. I liked the sort of reckless, we're the Scooby-Doo and the gang and we're just going to try and stop people getting killed by dinosaurs and weird giant bugs. I liked that. It felt less serious, and then they sort of tried to predict them, tried to find artifacts, and I was like, oh, you made it less fun.
I wonder whether they didn't expect to go as long as that, so then they felt they needed to come up with a sustainable storyline rather than just doing Monster of the Week and it being just a bit of fun.
I guess. And people like answers to questions, I suppose. But the fun bit isn't them working out why these rips in time happen. The fun bit is the velociraptors in the shopping malls, and they get to run around and chase them. That's the exciting bit. I don't know why they let that fall to the wayside. And then they killed Nick Cutter. Spoiler alert, but they killed him.
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah, he's not in the whole series, is he?
No, he's not. Poor Nick Cutter.
The show was cancelled by ITV, not for lack of ratings, but purely for financial reasons. Apparently, it was quite a costly show.
It does not show.
It doesn't show, does it? I have to say. However, the show was then revived by UK TV, which is a UK satellite cable channel, for a 4th and 5th season.
Okay.
Are you aware of those seasons?
Less so. I feel like once Nick Cutter died, I showed much less interest. No, I wasn't out because I like to see things through. I have watched all of Doctor Who, the new Who, even the terrible Timeless Child Flux nonsense. I've watched all of them. I've watched all of Primeval. I remember how it ends, but not a lot of how they got there, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, you remember the destination, but not the journey.
Yeah. I think there was a weird Irish guy in it as fake BTEC Nick Cutter. He tried to, take over the team. Wasn't as good.
Oh, okay. He's one of your favourite characters in this, is he?
He is my favourite character. He is burdened with glorious purpose. Because these characters are not particularly deep. They're pretty much just, they have one personality trait. Colin's the nerdy one, Abby's the tough one, Stephen's the quote-unquote cool one. But Nick Cutter, he's such a burden. He's the hot one, he's the moody one, and he's the smart one. I mean, it's a surprise he gets anything done.
And he's not, I know you say he's the hot one, but he's not traditional leading man material, is he?
No, you'd think that, you fall into the classic trap there. You think probably that Stephen's the hot one because he had to take his shirt off a couple of times and wear a wetsuit. But that's just what the government want you to think. The real hot one is actually Nick Cutter. Because nothing's hotter than a man who can't talk about his feelings.
I think you're revealing a little bit too much of yourself there, Eleanor, but okay.
I hate emotional connection. Let's go.
Well, we will talk about that when we get into the episode. I agree with everything you just said about all those characters there.
I am right in this case.
You are. I wouldn't debate you otherwise. These seasons were also broadcast later on ITV, the fourth and the fifth seasons, but the ratings were pretty disappointing, and the show was again cancelled in 2011.
Yep. That is not surprising news. But
there's a little bit more to the story. There was also a Canadian spin-off show in 2013 called Primeval New World, which ran for
There was a what?
Yeah, a Canadian spin-off series, Primeval New World. It ran for just 13 episodes. I'm guessing you've never seen it because I wasn't even aware that it existed.
I had no idea. If I'd known, I would have watched it, because even though it ended disappointingly, I am slightly obsessed and I would have watched the spin-off 100%, even if it was bad.
Apparently it was.
Oh, okay. Well, my standards are quite low, so I probably would have enjoyed it anyway.
I'm sure that you could probably find it somewhere on a streaming service. It's kind of something that turns up on Freevee, I would imagine.
Yeah.
There has also been talk of a US movie adaptation, but this seems to have languished in development hell for quite a number of years, and it seems to have just gone away and died now, so I don't think we're ever going to get it.
I mean, if it doesn't have Nick Cutter, then realistically, what's the point? What are they even going to do?
It's bound not to. They're bound to recast Nick Cutter with someone like Tom Hanks, aren't they? Or go the traditional sexy route and cast a Ryan Gosling or something like that.
We've just been over this. Nick Cutter is the hot one. They don't need to improve on that. And Tom Hanks could never, okay? Douglas Henshaw has range.
I agree with you. 100%.
Thank you.
So we're going to take a look at the very first episode of season 1 called Leaping Lizards. So shall we just leap into the anomaly and crack on?
Ooh, I see what you did there. Let's go.
Good, wasn't it? I never get to do this, you see. Yeah. All this. So the show doesn't make us wait for a first dinosaur too long. And we see a woman being chased into an Asda of all places.
Who is this woman? Such mystery.
The dinosaur starts throwing cars at her, and the guy cleaning the floor in the store, he's not having any of it. He just turns away and just carries on doing what he's doing.
As two people who've worked in customer service, that is exactly what you would do. You'd see this crazy lady banging on the doors, being like, "Let me in," and you'd be like, "Absolute. My shift ended 5 minutes ago. Okay, I'm out. You're screwed. Goodbye."
I think that you would slowly just pull the shutter down in front of her, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, maintaining eye contact. She's begging for help, and I'm just like, no.
I knew that you would relate to that. Yeah. And then we get some opening credits, which are very sci-fi with a decent theme tune. I don't think it's
banging theme tune. I think you meant to say.
Oh, I do apologize. I was just about to say I didn't think it was that memorable, but obviously you disagree.
Yeah, it haunts my every dream. Actually, I love it. It's beautiful.
All right. So,
Am I joking? Am I not? Who can tell?
so it's very hard to say with you sometimes. I don't know.
And I'm not going to tell you.
I know. I wouldn't expect you would.
You just have to keep guessing. Please, do continue.
It's 8 years later, and we meet Dr. Cutter, Stephen Hart, and student Connor Temple, the most studenty student that I've ever seen, I think. He has badges.
He does have badges, and scruffy hair, and a really ugly hat. Always. He rarely takes it. He wears a waistcoat.
He does, yeah.
Who dressed him? Who dressed him? Someone needs to have words. A strongly worded email needs to be written, because they did not do him any favours at all. And he looks greasy. He looks greasy. Did he look greasy to you?
He did look a bit greasy, yes, he did.
Delicious.
I'm guessing that this was written by people that went to university a long time in the past and just kind of guessed what university students look like.
I think that's pretty fair to say. I'm also going to say that these people have probably never actually talked to women successfully.
Yeah,
if I had to guess.
There is a lot of that in there, isn't there?
I feel like Connor is them projecting, like, super hard, because, like, Connor gets to talk to this hot girl, like, every day for a super secret dinosaur project, and I think they wish they were Connor so bad, and I'm not sure that they were.
Am I right in thinking, though, I have a vague memory that his character does kind of change a little bit as the show goes on? Is that right?
Yeah, which is lucky, because... how do I... He's a bit of a knob, isn't he, really? I mean, I'm not sure he has a single conversation with Abby that doesn't involve him making a weird, creepy pass at her for, like, the entire season. I don't think he does it once. I think he's just persistently a little bit creepy and a little bit greasy the whole way through. But, like, by season 3, season 4, he's actually a normal person, and that's really nice to see. That's character development.
It is, and don't they kind of... He gets more involved in the action, doesn't he? They beef him up a little bit, from what I remember, don't they?
They do, because at present he cannot do anything apart from look on his laptop, on his weird little dinosaur database, and just give them, actually, at times, erroneous information. So, he couldn't have less of a role.
Connor shows Cutter a tabloid pic of what looks like a dinosaur, but it's so blurry and out of focus that, you can't really tell. I think people need to invest in better security cameras in these places.
They do. It's always the ones that you really need.
That's true.
It's like a plot device or something.
Do you reckon?
No!
I think there might be one or two in this episode.
There are so many.
But Cutter is having none of it.
Until
and we get a nice little exchange about Nessie. Apparently is he joking or is he not joking?
Connor is definitely not joking. He is the epitome of weird, geeky, nerdy malarkey. I think he genuinely believes that there's a Loch Ness monster and that there are aliens. And it's sad to watch, actually. It's real sad.
It turns out that the woman in the pre-credit sequence was Cutter's wife, and she's gone missing.
Le gasp.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What a turn of events.
We meet Abby, who seems to be trying to get two, and I'm going to quote this directly, gay lizards named Brad and Angelina to mate.
Yes. Well, they don't know for sure that they're gay, but it's sure looking like it because they are refusing to help the population of lizards.
That is true. I felt that line felt a little bit clunky. Like, they could have done that slightly better, I think.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what it reminds me of? Exactly. Because it's the only thing that we have in common, Doctor Who. Yes. What episode was it? I think it was Christopher Eccleston, Billy Piper, the spaceship that crashed into Big Ben. That episode, she's like, "Oh, your face, it was so gay," and that's how she said it. And it was the same sort of thing that it's like shoehorned in vague homophobia. It was obviously the thing in 2005.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back. Is that how people actually talked?
I wasn't really around, or I was, but I was in primary school.
You enjoy keep telling me that, don't you?
I do. It's because it seems to upset you. Not like a lot, but just like a little bit. And I think it's good for you to be humbled. So yeah, I will probably keep mentioning it.
It's nice to know that you've got my best intentions,
Yeah, of course, yeah, because I really respect you as a person.
I'm getting that, thank you. Really getting that.
No worries.
Her employer has to let her go as the sponsors have cut funding, but he wants to transfer her to the insects, but she's a lizard girl through and through, right?
Boy, is she. I've never seen a more lizardy lizard girl.
What about the, what are they called in Doctor Who? The Silurians?
Silurians.
Yeah. She's a lizard girl. Yeah. Through and through, yes.
Through and through.
So everyone heads to the Forest of Dean. I'm not sure why Cutter is allowing Temple to tag along, but he is.
I think it's probably pity, or the pigeons with like the little gammy legs, and you're like, oh, I think it's probably like that.
I'm sure he would love to be described as a pigeon with a gammy leg. He'd probably take it, really, wouldn't he?
He should. It's the kindest thing I could have said.
They find a smashed truck and signs of a creature, but it turns out that this is where Cutter's wife disappeared as well.
That can't be a coincidence, can it, Paul?
My money is no. Yeah.
You are correct. You are, in fact, yeah.
Abby meets a small boy called Ben who has a baby creature in his bedroom. We should say that the CG in this ranges from pretty good to pretty poor, right?
I'd say all right to diabolically bad is actually what I would say, Paul.
This little creature's pretty good, though, isn't it?
Rex, no, it's not. It's pretty bad.
I thought it was okay.
Everything's pretty bad. No, it's not. I thought it was okay too, but then I was watching it on my phone and everything was really small, and then I watched it again on a bigger screen, and it looked so much worse. It was like, whoop, jump scare. It was not fun. I did not enjoy that.
Oh, maybe the moral there is stick to the smaller screen with Primeval.
Yes. See no evil, hear no evil. That doesn't even make sense. Keep talking, Paul. Just talk over me. Keep going.
I'm just amazed at you. You watched this twice?
Yeah. What do you mean? Yes, of course I did. I tried to do my homework.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey, no worries. I don't respect you at all, but I do want to do well for Colin, He's a real hero for me. I've never met him, but I want to do him proud.
This is starting to feel like I'm working with Colin again. I don't know if I'm enjoying this.
Really? Do you mean it?
Oh, he'll be so chuffed. I mean, if he listens, it's not likely.
I'm BTEC Colin! I've never wanted to be anything else.
So, Ben takes Abby into the forest to where he found the little creature, which you remembered the creature's name. What was it called?
It's called Rex.
Rex. Right.
Yep.
I'll try and remember that.
Which is very appropriate for a dinosaur-themed TV show. I'm sure it's an accident. I'm sure the creative team had... Yeah, the creative team are really clever people. They probably could have thought of a better name than Rex, but they chose to stick with it.
They had so much on. I mean, they were spending lots of time developing those characters. They didn't have time to spend too much, thinking about.
No, of course not. All that misogyny, they've got to cram that in there as well. I mean, there's barely time for anything else, Paul.
All that misogyny is not going to write itself, is it?
I wish it. Oh god, it was so bad. Because I have watched these, multiple times, but obviously I haven't watched them in a couple years, since I went to uni or something, because I was just aghast. I was like, has it always been this bad? This is awful. I mean, it still slaps, I'm not gonna lie, it's still fun, but it's sexist down to the bones, I think.
Hey, that was what it was like in 2007, What can I say?
God, I'm glad I was barely old enough to know what was happening at that time. God, what a bleak... And everyone's wearing low-rise jeans in the show as well. That is a look I'm glad stayed.
I still rock those occasionally. What are you talking about?
Low-rise jeans. I'm not sure you'll look like Hannah Spirit, that's for sure. But I appreciate your effort.
I don't wear them out in public, obviously, you know.
No, of course not. Just at home?
Yeah, just for my own personal amusement, you know.
Okay, that's super weird. Can please move on.
So,
what do you like? Why are you wearing them at home? What do you have to do in low-rise jeans that you can't do in normal
you
clothes?
told me to move on, and now you're asking me questions.
I did, but now I'm just so. I wish I wasn't curious, and I wish I'd never asked.
I'll
yeah,
give you the answer if you ever come back for another episode, and we'll leave it there. All right?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
They find a dead cow in a tree.
Yeah, they do. I'm genuinely not sure why they did that, other than to signify that something was wrong.
Wouldn't it have ate the cow?
Yeah, I feel like.
Did it leave it there for a snack for later? You know.
I mean, that's what Ben tells us. Ben, this small kid who has a weird lizard, he was like, that's what leopards do sometimes. They drag their prey up into the tree and then have them later. So, and Ben knows these things because he's like 8, maybe 10. They're very knowledgeable.
Oh, come on. You knew everything when you were 8 or 10, didn't you?
You know what? I have no memories from childhood. Like, none. Mum keeps telling me that I did have one, and I do believe her, for sure, but I have no memory of it. So I wish I could tell you one way or the other. I mean, being me now, I can guess that I probably thought I knew everything at 8 years old. But you know, I just don't know. It's like a void back there. I might not have even been born. I might have just been placed on this earth at 17 years old.
All of those statements, I can imagine to be true. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
I would not dispute any of that.
I really don't have any memory from childhood. I don't know what happened. Anyway, so Ben told us about the leopard and the snacks in the trees.
Cutter goes for a drink and he meets a woman called Claudia, who is also investigating the monster sighting. She's from the Home Office, and she uses him to get out of a situation with a sleazy guy who's been hitting on her.
Yes. Again, this feels very projecting of the writing team. Like, they were sitting there and they were like, oh, do you know what? The one way I wish women were introduced to me, I wish they just came over. I was sitting at a bar being cool, and they just kissed me with like no lead up, just to get them out of a situation with another bad man. Because I'm not a bad man, I'm a nice guy. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, but they could be the saviour.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why have you got a hero complex, man? You're already writing Primeval, the best show ever. You don't need any other wins.
They should be more confident in themselves, is what you're saying.
That is what I'm trying to say, Paul. That these misogynistic writers, they've just got so much going for them already.
It is a weird moment, I have to say.
It's so
kind of
weird.
Take me out of it for a second. Yeah. But no, she tags along on the monster hunt as she and Ben go off into the woods, having a look.
Yep.
Abby is chasing after the kid who's freaking out, and we see that the little creature, Rex, can fly.
Oh, yeah, he can. It's so cute. I love him.
I'm not sure why they brought it with them on this trek.
You know
Why did they bring it with them?
I've literally never thought about that before, and I don't know either. It would probably be easier to leave that flying lizard at home, especially since she had to carry it the whole way. Like, it wasn't following them. She had to wrap it in a towel like a baby and carry it. It makes no sense. Yeah. Stop pointing out plot holes in my favourite show, Paul.
That's what I'm here for.
I don't like this. I feel personally attacked. Well, maybe they were hoping there were other lizards like Rex, and maybe he could sense them with his...
guide them, maybe.
Yes.
Guide them.
Yes, like a spirit guide. Yeah. See? And it all makes perfect sense.
Exactly. In just a few lines, you've brought it back on track.
I have.
Plot hole to making sense again.
Like pigeons can get back to their homes. They're called homing pigeons, I believe. So why can't prehistoric lizards?
Exactly.
These writers knew exactly what they were doing.
Between the boats of misogyny, as you say.
Between the misogyny. They have put actual... Oh, God, it's so bad. I just keep thinking about different sounds, different bits of it, and I'm like, oh god.
Oh, we'll get there. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
You've just coined the title of this podcast episode. I think it's going to be "Always Leave Your Baby Lizard at Home." I think you just coined that.
Oh, perfect! I'm contributing. I feel good.
You are. Yeah,
that's a good feeling. Thank you.
So Ben, he stumbles onto our first anomaly of the show, which is like a shimmering light suspended in the air.
Yeah, I always think of it like a broken mirror. That's what it looks like, all the shards. And they're like reflecting back to the past. It's good design. I think probably a woman designed that. I'm just guessing, because it feels good. It feels good in a way that some of the other choices haven't so far.
I probably agree with you, yes. It is a nice effect, and it's something that the filmmakers took a while to decide on, apparently. They went through various concepts before they settled on this one. I think one of them was like a big swirling mass of stuff. They decided that was a little bit too much.
A bit, yeah. Yeah, I think the dinosaurs and the swirling portal would have been a little over the top, but just the dinosaurs and the mirror, that's almost subtle, actually, I think. Yeah, it's a good balance.
Okay. He then sticks his head into it.
Which you would never do. I'm sorry, people in shows have no survival instinct.
I suppose that you could maybe argue that he's a kid, so, he doesn't know any better.
You could argue that, but okay, but you just wouldn't. Would you?
Well, I wouldn't. Not even
no, of course you wouldn't.
Kid.
And you were a child once, many years ago. Would you have stuck your head in? Many, yeah, like an age ago. Like, how long's a millennium? Was it that long ago?
Feels like it sometimes, yeah.
But nobody would. You would run in the opposite direction. What is these people? Honestly,
I think he deserves everything he gets. Really.
Yeah. Do you know what? Because immediately after he puts his head through, he gets spooked by a dinosaur noise, I think. He's like, oh no, dinosaur noise. And then he just leaves. He leaves Abby alone in the forest.
He runs out on her, doesn't he? Yeah.
He does, he just abandons her. So first he's an idiot and he sticks his head through a weird dimension portal and thinks that's normal. Why would you do that? And then he just abandons her. It's
not going to end well for him, is it? So he's going to get his comeuppance.
Yeah,
in a minute.
Although he lives, so.
I don't think they're killing children at 6:30 on a Saturday night. Do you?
Well, they could have done if they were brave writers.
They could have done. I mean, misogyny at 6:30 on a Saturday night is fine in 2007.
Yeah, that's fine. We don't care about women, but we do care about children.
Yes. So the anomaly appears to be a gateway to another world, and he sees creatures exactly like Rex flying around, and it's all like a prehistoric landscape, and I think there's a volcano in the distance.
Yeah, okay, see? But I was watching it, and that was a mental note I made. How did he know it was the past? Because I think he described it, I think I might be paraphrasing, but I'll be pretty close. He said, I could see the past. And it was there were rocks and sand and things.
Because they only had those in the past.
Rocks and sands? Yeah, they are actually a modern invention. Rocks and sand. What? How did you know it was the past? He described it as rocks and things. There are rocks everywhere. There were rocks where you were. Where you abandoned Abby.
He could have been describing Blackpool Beach.
He could have been... Yeah. He could have been... I love Blackpool. Yeah. He could have seen Blackpool Pleasure Beach. But no. He just knew it was the past because 8-year-old boys just know everything. And he was like, yeah, this is the Cretaceous period for sure. I can tell because of the rocks.
Is there a line maybe, or maybe I missed it? I don't think there is. Is he into dinosaurs, this kid?
He is, yes. In fact, there is a line. You have missed it. I think Abby...
So maybe that's...
Yeah.
That's why he thinks it's that period. Maybe he's an expert at 8 years old.
At 8 years? Do you know what? The longer I think about it, the more I'm convinced he might be slightly older than 8. I'm just not very good at guessing how old children are on account of I don't like to interact with them. He could be 12.
Let's stick with 8. We've said it now, so let's
We
just
have.
go with it.
Just run with it. We are correct. He is definitely 8 years old.
Ben and Abby are stalked by the dinosaur. Meanwhile, Cutter and his crew, the cutting crew, perhaps you could say, that's a very 80s dad joke, kind of reference to a band that you've probably not heard of. But
I have not. You are correct.
Our listeners will know it.
Okay, sure.
So they come across the dead cow in a tree as well.
It's a small forest, isn't it? They're all just passing by this dead cow.
You know what? I didn't think that, but yeah, they all just seem to be wandering around the same bit, don't they?
I assume it's bigger than it appears to be. It's an entire forest, but
yeah, it's a forest. Yeah, the word is forest. Yes, but they do.
They do. Yep.
Ben runs home, but he's pricked his finger along the way, and he's left a blood trail, which is never a good thing to do in any situation.
No, especially if when you see the blood, it's like in slow motion and it gets a special camera shot. That's bad tidings. Real bad.
Exactly, because the dinosaur is going to see even more of this in slow motion, right?
He will. Dinosaurs are very good at sensing slow motion blood splatters. We all know this. Especially Ben, who's an expert on dinosaurs.
So he follows him home, and it attacks him in his bedroom. I thought this was quite a good sequence. I thought the CG looked
awful.
Okay. I thought it was awful. Okay.
It was so bad. He stuck his giant dinosaur head into the world of real life with real walls and real things, and it did not look real, Paul. It very much stuck out.
I will agree that the integration of the effect and the real world, it looks a bit
non-existent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Yeah, it's not good.
But Ben fights off the dinosaur using a combination of loud music, a plastic lightsaber, and a plasma ball.
The 3 things I'd grab in a zombie apocalypse to keep me safe.
That would work then, would it? All right.
Almost certainly.
I've definitely got 2 of those things in the house, so I'm almost there.
Which 2?
Oh, I'm not saying.
No, you got to say. Are you an adult with a lightsaber? An adult with a plasma ball? I'll let the stereo go because most people have one. Yes. But I'm really curious as to what kind of adult you are, Paul.
I've got a lightsaber. Yes.
I knew it. I knew that would be the one.
I know you did.
Wait, what? Is it like a proper cosplay lightsaber or like a plasticky child one?
Oh, it's a plasticky child one, and I've got quite a few of them.
Why do you have quite a few of them? Have you ever been General Grievous on like Halloween? Like knocking on the doors like General Kenobi. Have you ever done that, Paul?
How would I do the arms?
I don't know, you've got a son, have him stand behind you and carry 2 as well. What else are you supposed to use children for?
That's not a bad idea. That's a good idea, actually. I might use that one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then you'll probably get double the candy, as the Americans say.
Yeah, I may well do.
I don't know why I went for candy. I'm aware they're called sweets. God.
We've got listeners in America, so they'll appreciate that.
No, I don't like it. No. Edit that out. Edit it out. I don't want to be known for saying candy. Sweets.
You feel a little bit grubby saying it. Is that what it is?
I'm not sure. Did you say grubby?
Grubby, yeah. It's not something you would normally say. It makes you feel a little bit grubby and, like you have to wash your mouth out with soap.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, that's exactly what it is. I feel grubby. Grubby me for saying candy. God, what next? Elevator? Oh, awful. Oh,
our US listeners are going to love this section.
Oh, what, me having a breakdown? Yeah, sure. I don't think I've ever said candy in my life. I don't know what's going on.
So later, Abby is still lost, and moving it on, yes, and stumbles onto another dinosaur just as Cutter and his gang stumble onto her as well. Cutter is amazed, but I like how both he and Abby aren't actually freaking out. They're actually being professional about it.
They are being professional and giving us a little bit of exposition as well to show that Cutter knows things.
That's true.
He knows a lot of things, especially about giant prehistoric turtles. And also that Abby knows things, because Abby knows that he's talking about ancient turtles, which is really good.
Yeah, and
because now we both know that they're useful and deserve to be there.
I never thought of that. That is actually true, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, it is.
There is rather a lot of exposition going on all through this episode.
Yeah, well, you've got to establish a lot of themes, I guess. Establish a premise that doesn't sound nonsense.
It's done in a way, though, where when they do it, sometimes everything just stops so that they can just give us a bit of exposition.
Yeah, you mean like even when there's a prehistoric giant turtle just over there,
Exactly.
but they're having a little chat.
We just stop, have a bit of exposition, and then we'll move on.
Yeah.
Ben's mum is not happy about the state of his bedroom, and he hopes that Cutter and Abby will back him up, but they just throw him under a bus.
Yeah, we call that gaslighting. They just were gaslighting this poor little child. They're like, no, that never happened. I think, obviously, Abby and this small 8-year-old boy just got carried away. And in their carried awayness, destroyed his room, including, like, the brickwork surrounding the window, and everything else.
This kid doesn't know his own strength, obviously, does he? That's what his mum must be thinking.
Maybe he's a superhero. Let's just cross genres. Let's just make it even more batshit.
He'd be a Jedi. He has got a lightsaber.
He'd be a Sith because I believe it was a red lightsaber. But sure, we'll just gloss over that.
Very true.
You call yourself a fan, fake ass.
I never call myself a fan.
You just have multiple plastic lightsabers in your house as an adult.
There is that, yeah. But they have to adhere to the Official Secrets Act, so which they're not particularly happy with.
Do they? Because Connor blabs literally in the next episode, so I'm not sure how much weight we should put on this not saying anything malarkey. Like, they'll gaslight a child, but they'll do absolutely nothing to Connor, who broke it, like, 40 minutes later.
It's interesting you say that they do that in the next episode. Do you think that might be because they realise that that is something that they can't keep going? Because if they don't talk about what's going on to anyone, it's going to be really difficult to tell stories.
That's very true. It's almost like another plot device that they're using. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a writer or a misogynist, so it's hard to tell.
Well, you wouldn't have got a job on Primeval then, would you?
No, I wouldn't. You got to overlook some of these things.
You do.
Oh, God. But not let it slide. That's why we keep mentioning it.
That's right. I'm guessing that James Murray is there to be, as you said, the good-looking action guy, right?
No, he's the cool one, which is very different from the hot one, which we've established at least twice now, isn't it, Cutter?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he's the one that is there to do all the running, jumping around stuff.
On the tracking, that was very helpful. In fact, that is how they found the animal in the tree.
It is.
In fairness, even though it's a really big forest, Stephen was tracking that bad boy through the Forest of Dean.
It all makes perfect sense when you put it like that.
It does. And he's very good at tracking as well, because I think Cutter says he's seen Stephen track things up to 10 days at a time in the Amazon rainforest, so we've got a real expert on our hands at tracking.
You really did watch this twice, didn't you?
I'm really good at remembering, like, audio, which is a very bizarre skill to have.
Okay. It's a skill that we could so use on retrospection, so I'm glad that you've got it.
I'm not going to use my powers for good, though,
of course
obviously.
not. No, I'd be disappointed if you did.
No, that would be stupid.
So they follow the other dinosaur, and it disappears into the anomaly.
It does. In fact, wait, no, they don't follow it in. They scare it in.
Right, they do, don't they?
Because they're trying to track it back to the anomaly. They're like, oh, see, that was Cutter's idea, because Cutter is the smart one.
Later, the government people turn up and they quarantine around the anomaly. And we find out that the anomaly is magnetic. And is nobody concerned that Temple just keeps chucking stuff into it?
Absolutely not. They are perfectly content to let him, perhaps, change the fabric of time and the world as we know it. And they just keep letting him do it.
Yeah, it's not even if they're not... He's doing it when they're not looking, because they're staring at him and just kind of going... Again,
Students, God.
Students exactly.
These days, just chucking things into temporal holes in this reality of space-time, whatever. I mean,
you can't trust them with an anomaly. You just can't.
No, you cannot. And I don't know why they did. Why was Connor there?
I keep asking that.
Yeah, and
I was asking myself at the time.
I don't have an answer. Because obviously you need to keep Stephen, because he's the tracker. You need to keep Abby, supposedly, because she has knowledge of animals. And dinosaurs are animals. And you need Cutter, because without him it all falls apart. Do we need Connor? I'd argue no.
He does have that laptop with that database that he's made.
Yeah, but like,
I suppose he's...
Could no one else find that database? Could no one else use Wikipedia, perhaps?
I was going to say, I mean, the internet was a thing back in 2007, so...
Wow, that's crazy.
Cutter is starting to believe that his wife may have disappeared into the anomaly years ago.
And he'd be right, because she definitely did do that.
That's right. The gang are taken to a government facility where we meet James Lester, played by Ben Miller, and he's your typical slimy, sleazy authority figure, isn't he? And he's not convinced that all this isn't some ploy by Cutter and his crew.
which is crazy. Like, how would that even make sense? Like they did a Jurassic Park and grew the dinosaurs and then released them for some reason in the Forest of Dean? Like, what would their plan... What? Lester, what would their plan be? What evil could they be? They're idiots! Look at Connor! You think Connor's got anything to do with this? Idiot.
If they are doing it, they're playing a long game, aren't they?
They are, and I'm not sure they've got a destination in mind. They're just wandering. Idiots. Sees conspiracies everywhere, that man does.
He does. Later, Hart and Temple are still wandering the woods looking for the dinosaur, which seems a bit unprofessional considering the government would have probably had this whole place under lockdown.
You'd think, but the more you watch the show, the more you realise the special forces are just idiots as well. Just idiots with guns. I'm not sure they follow any kind of protocol.
This is something that becomes a theme, is it?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's actually incredible. It's like that. I'm really hoping that's not actually what the special services are like, because then we're screwed. We really are. If we need any kind of covert operation happening, it's not these guys, not these mugs.
Well, it is the British special services, so, you know, who knows?
Who knows what they're up to?
Cutter tells Lester that he believes that the anomaly is a gateway to the past. But then again, he is Cutter, so he's not a 10-year-old boy.
He is not, and so they believe him.
And their attitude to each other, Lester and Cutter, is
homoerotic.
I have to admit, I didn't get that, but
no, that's good. I just said it for fun.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again, though. I think
they've got a very good enemies to lovers kind of vibe. I think if we gave it time to work out, I think they'd get together eventually.
Oh right, so they don't. Is what you're saying? No,
they don't. That's a shame.
You need to get on that fanfic, don't you? And
oh my god, I am so. As soon as this is done, I'm gonna Google primeval fanfiction, see what turns up.
It's definitely out there. I would put money on the fact that is definitely out there. Because if you thought of it, I'm sure someone else has.
It's just they're so opposite to each other. You know, one of them's like a bureaucrat, one of them's a free-minded scientist. I'm sure it's out there. They could work.
It's gotta be.
It's gotta be. They'd have their difficulties, but what couple don't?
That is very true. That is very... Look at me and Colin on retrospective, you know.
That's exactly who I was thinking about.
Oh, I knew you. I knew what you were thinking of. Yes, I knew exactly what you were thinking of. Cutter tells Lester that he intends to go through the anomaly and look for his wife.
And if Lester wants to stop him, he's gonna have to shoot him. That's what he says.
He actually says that. Yeah,
I told you I'm good at audio. I can hear him saying it in my head.
This is good, because I'll know that if we record again at some point in the future, I don't need to make as detailed notes, because you've just got it all in the bag, haven't you? So.
I do. It's frightening. Like, I don't have any memories of childhood, but boy, can I remember nearly all the dialogue from Primeval Season 1. I think it's a good trade-off.
This is far more professional than what I'm used to. It's great.
Is it actually?
It is, yeah.
Thank you. I love validation, so thank you for that.
The government examined the little creature that the boy found, Rex, and mainly they examine it by poking it with a rather large Q-tip.
Yeah, you know, I'm not even sure they knew what they were doing, or what they were supposed to be doing. I'm not sure anybody did any research before doing that at all.
They didn't look like they knew what they were doing.
No, they just thought, we need something sciencey. Let's put everyone in a white boiler soup and give them Q-tips and see what happens.
But extra long Q-tips, not just your average ones.
Oh no, of course, because it's science. It's not amateurs.
And it's government.
Only professionals get. So... Yeah. Mm-hmm. Government-funded Q-tips.
Exactly. They've got to exist.
Surely.
They must do. But it takes offence at this and flies off and escapes into the building. And it did amuse me when it got into the elevator and it's kind of like...
The lift, Paul! The lift! You are British too! We shouldn't be proud, but please say lift.
It's because you said it.
I know, I put it out there. Oh, I shouldn't have.
But he's bopping along to the music in the lift.
That is a good image. They knew what they would do with that. That was cute. It was fun. I liked it. I love Rex causing chaos.
Rex goes up to the roof and he kind of escapes and flies off. But then he comes back because clearly he's an S Club fan and he can't go without Abby, can he?
Honestly, mood. I get it. If I was Rex, I'd be coming back too. But see, again, the program has proved why Abby is useful, because she's an animal whisperer. So that's why she can stay in the team. It's loving to set up these very clear, this is why this person should be in the team thing for them to tick that box. Mm-hmm. And that's why Abby's here. Lizard whisperer.
Oh, that's also another possible title for the episode now.
I'm just giving you too much to work with. That's the problem.
This is great. I don't have to do anything. Also, Rex takes a dump on Lester's back. I presume it's a dump and he's not been sick on him. Because it's green.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
Not sure why it's green.
Because it's a lizard and prehistoric.
Alright.
And it's very aesthetically pleasing because Rex is green. Mm-hmm. The shit is green. I think he's just trying to give us that green aesthetic, and that's kind of slay of Rex. I appreciate it. It's good.
Okay. I had to ask someone what colour it was because obviously I'm colourblind. But
oh yeah, I forgot you were disabled. Oh, it's okay, Paul. You can live a full life even with wonky eyes.
Thank you for the affirmation. I appreciate it. Lester agrees to allow Cutter to explore the anomaly. Temple identifies the missing dinosaur with his specially designed database, so he is useful a little bit, I suppose.
Not really. And why did he follow Stephen halfway through the forest and then get out his database to check what it was? Surely it would have been a better idea to check at camp with all the people around him, because Connor's got allergies.
He has got allergies, and I'm sure it's not convenient to lug that around with you when you're going off looking for a possibly dangerous killing dinosaur.
It's not. Who brings their laptop on a Gorgonopsid hunt? That's just daft.
That's another possible title. Sorry.
Oh no. I don't like this at all.
The dinosaur is stalking Ben at his school, though, who appears to be in detention for some reason.
Yeah, because he's a know-it-all, and people don't like that. I think if I was his teacher, I would have stuck him in detention too. I'd be like, you know what? I don't like your attitude, son. Straight in detention.
I'd agree with that. I'm glad you filled in that gap for me, because I was wondering, did I miss something as to why he's in detention?
No, that's not explained at all.
No, but I like the fact that you filled it in for me, so I don't have to think about it.
Nope, that's what I'm here for. I'm basically another writer for Primeval.
Without the misogyny, obviously.
Without the misogyny.
Yeah. I did enjoy the image of the dinosaur stomping through a school corridor. I thought this one looked alright. You're going to tell me you didn't, I know, but...
I think it's very clear that you wear glasses and cannot actually see properly. I think is what we should take away from this.
You know what? You're supposed to be like... I mean, I like this show, but you're supposed to be a fan. I mean, you've watched this multiple times. You've already admitted it.
Yeah, I have. Look, you can like something and still think it kind of sucks. You know?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I can understand that. People have said that about my management skills. So, yeah.
You didn't manage anything.
No, I really don't. I probably should cut that out. Hurt manages to get the dino to chase him instead of the boy.
You're missing out the bit where where he's like, "Oh, miss, there's a dinosaur in the playground," and then and then she turns around, but the dinosaur's moved past the window by then, so she just thinks he's an idiot. I love that bit. Like, it's like this massive figure, like it was probably blocking out the light into the classroom, casting a shadow if the CGI was that good, which I don't think it was. And he's like, "Oh, and then it just dips as soon as the teacher turns around. It's almost like that dinosaur was a paid actor. It was brilliant.
I would love if they cut to a shot of the dinosaur just ducking down under the windowsill of outside.
Front paws together, going tee hee hee.
Yeah.
That'll get him.
They could have done that, and nobody would have batted an eyelid, I don't think, in this show.
No, would have even improved it probably.
I mean, we've already seen a creature, as I say, nodding along to music in a lift. So it's only one step away from that, isn't it?
It is. Oh, they should have got me on to write it.
They should have done. But you were 4 at a time, so
Yeah. I had good ideas even back then, Paul.
The dinosaur escapes the school, and Hurt gets knocked out.
Yeah, instead of killed, which is interesting.
Cutter is prepping for his trip into the anomaly, and he isn't thrilled when he's told that a soldier, Captain Ryan, has to accompany him.
Oh, Captain Ryan. Now that's a solid guy. We like him.
So does Captain Ryan show up again quite a lot?
For this series, for sure. But then, for some reason, after the end of this series, he's not around anymore.
Maybe they realised he was useless and they transferred him.
Or he got killed. Spoiler alert.
Oh, all right, okay. Thank you for telling everyone.
No worries. You can edit it out. It's the magic of editing.
I could, but I'm tempted just to leave it in. I mean, is it really that important if you spoil a show that's at this point? 16 years old, 17 years old, something like that.
That's so old.
It is.
Well, God, is it retro? Is Primeval retro now?
I'm hoping so, because we're covering it on a show called Retrospection, so I'm guessing it is.
I forgot we were doing that for a moment. I thought for some reason we were just chatting. Oh yeah, this is your job. My bad. So this show that's definitely retro.
It must be. It must be. I mean, look at those effects.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Oh, it's awful.
They enter the anomaly and emerge into the prehistoric world on the other side.
With all the rocks and things.
Yeah. Cutter convinces Captain Ryan to let him explore on his own for a while. And he sees herds of dinosaurs and a prehistoric landscape and, everything. You know what?
Continue.
It really isn't, is it? You see that? You get that shot of those dinosaurs on that ridge of that plane, and it's kind of like, yeah.
I know. Copyright who?
Yeah, but they tried. You got to give them credit for that.
And that's the most important thing.
Yeah, that's how I live my life. He tried.
He tried. Bless him. God loves a tryer.
Exactly. They find the remnants of another expedition and a human skeleton.
That's Captain Ryan.
What? Is it?
Paul, have you not watched this series?
It's been a long time. It's literally been a hell of a long time.
It's the end of series 1.
Oh, that's actually quite good. I like that. I mean, I don't like it because it's Captain Ryan.
What, the only good thing about the show, and you've just forgot it? Christ.
That's really good. I like that. That saved it for me.
Yeah, it is good, isn't it? I know. It's just like he's like looking at his own skeleton. It's
amazing.
The irony. Yeah. Love it.
Almost like they planned it.
Almost. Although, sometimes I wonder.
He finds a camera as well, Cutter, with his wife's initials etched onto it. And actually, yes, he checks the ribs, doesn't he? Because Captain Ryan wonders if the skeleton is his wife, Cutter's wife, but
yes.
Cutter points out that it's a male skeleton.
Is that how that works?
Apparently, you do have less ribs, apparently. Or more.
Oh, that's crazy.
One or the other.
Well, how do you know how many ribs I have? Maybe I have more. I don't like this assuming that you're doing here, Paul. I'll have as many ribs as I want, thank you.
I'm not assuming it because you're a female. I'm pretty sure I've read somewhere that women have less ribs than men. Is that?
For why?
I don't know.
Why do we have less ribs? I need those ribs.
I'm going to stop because I'm not digging that hole for myself any bigger than I already have.
Oh, okay.
Cutter wants to stay, but the soldier knocks him out and carries him back to the anomaly just in time. They have a bit of a punch-up as well, don't they?
Oh, yeah, it's so... I love it, because Nick Cutter, like, really puts his chest into this punch. He's like, oh, I'm going to get you for that. And then Captain Ryan just knocks him the fuck out, and he's just sort of, like, lying on the floor for a bit. And he says, I think, quote, don't do that again. Love it. It's like he's talking to a child. It's brilliant.
The anomaly begins to disappear, and Cutter eventually
says he's going to stay.
He's going to stay, but the soldier eventually convinces him to come back just as the anomaly disappears.
Oh, that timing!
It's perfect, isn't it?
Oh, it's been open for like days at this point, but it closes just as Nick Cutter goes through.
Almost like he's the lead in a TV series.
Oh, I mean, whoa. Whoa. Getting a bit meta there,
I'm breaking that wall there. I shouldn't do that, should I?
You are breaking that wall.
Suddenly, the dinosaur attacks the camp, and I did like... There's nice use of a Wilhelm scream as well, when someone gets knocked.
They use... Oh, I was going to mention that. They use a Wilhelm scream in every single episode of Series 1. It's like a little game of bingo. You could be like, oh, there it is.
It's like a drinking game.
It could be. It could. Maybe by the end, the dinosaurs would look slightly more realistic. Who knows?
I should have tried that, really, shouldn't I?
You should have tried.
Yeah, you don't get a Wilhelm scream very much anymore. It's kind of like died now, hasn't it?
It has, which is a shame because it's a classic and you just get to hear it everywhere. It's like, I don't know, I've never been a bird watcher, but I imagine it's like seeing a rare bird in the wild. You're like, oh, there's the lesser known Wilhelm scream. Tick that off my list.
There's another title. You keep racking them up. It's great.
Stop. Thank you.
Hart saves the day though by running the dinosaur over and then shooting it dead.
Yeah, which is like... So, like, a few episodes from now, they're like... There's this... I can't remember what... It's not pterodactyl, but it's like one of those. And, like, Nick Cutter is just absolutely adamant that they cannot shoot this creature because it'll do, you know, untold damage to the past. They don't even know what's going on. They can't risk it. Which... And, like, cut to a week previous, they will shoot anything that moves. They are just happy to mow down the dinosaurs. It's like you've done a real quick turnaround here, Nick Cutter. Maybe you should have thought of that before you hit the Gorgonopsid with a truck. I don't know, I think your ethics have come a bit late.
Do you think maybe it's a case of the writers thinking, well, we need to have some kind of action in this, and if they're constantly trying to avoid, you know, trying to save life, there's not a lot of scope there, is there? Really?
There's not. No. I mean, you can't get good telly out of people always doing the right thing all the time. It would just be boring.
That is true. That is very true, yes.
So we need to shoot some dinosaurs with machine guns. Obviously, that's the answer.
I'm glad you said dinosaurs.
Thank you.
Later, Lester develops the film from the camera that he found, and it reveals pictures of Cutter's missing wife.
Remarkably good quality pictures.
Yeah, I mean, do you remember this show more than I? So does time pass differently in that world than it does in the real world or our world?
Okay, so as Nick Cutter will eventually go on to discover, so obviously sometimes the anomalies link two places. And sometimes the anomalies are fixed in one place and in flux on the other end. So, like, a lot of the anomalies they see in Series 1 are, like, fixed in their world, but in flux in the other world. So, like, so while the anomaly is in their time there, it's moving about in the past. So I think they probably go in one where it's further in the future, and then they go through another one in the same place, but it goes backwards instead. It's almost interesting.
Put that on the box.
It's close.
Yeah, okay, so I suppose that would explain why the pictures in this camera are still in pretty good nick.
Yeah, it can't have been that long. I mean, Ryan's skeleton's still there.
Yeah, we do see in a moment that his wife hasn't really aged much in 8 years. don't we?
Yes, but also that's because she's a woman, and women aren't allowed to look old in TV series.
That is true.
Yeah, because you'd assume that, like, living on the run in prehistoric times without masses of supplies would aid you, but it turns out it hasn't. She still looks footloose and fancy-free. She is fresh-looking and ready to go, diving through more anomalies and causing problems.
The magic of television.
And makeup. Always
And makeup.
marvellously done, even in the Crustaceous period.
So, later, Cutter is in his office, and he thinks that he sees a shadowy figure, which may or may not be his wife. He kind of glimpses her, doesn't he, as he runs outside, and we see that it's wife, that it's his wife, but he's not too sure.
She stands, like, underneath a lamppost. Wait till Nick makes eye contact, and then steps back into the shadows. What a dramatic ass bitch! Like, why would you do that? Like, she's probably been waiting there. She was like, where should I stand when we finally make eye contact? I'm gonna stand under this really dingy looking lamplight, and then when he sees me, I'm just gonna step back into the shadows. It'll be really cool.
Well, it works. It works for her.
Oh, it does! She looks so dramatic.
Yeah. She does. She pulls it off, yeah.
But then, like, Cutter doesn't even go after her. He just sort of stands on the balcony and shouts, "Helen!" and then just leaves it there.
His wife that he's been pining after for 8 years. And he just kind of like, he shouts for her a bit, and then he kind of goes, "Oh, all right."
Fuck it, it's too far.
That is what we would say there. Come on.
Oh, it's so weird.
Yeah. The episode then ends, setting up numerous mysteries and jumping off points. What's going on with Cutter's wife? Who or what is behind the anomalies? Will S Club 7 ever get back together? These are all things that I'm hoping.
All the important questions.
Exactly. So, Eleanor, what did you think of Primeval?
What, the whole series?
This episode and the whole series in general, but specifically this episode. If you were coming at this with fresh eyes again, you'd never seen it before, would you still watch every week?
Would I still watch? Yes, I would, because even though it's really clunky and quite amateurish in the way it sets up characters as important and why they're here and how they met, I like the premise. I think the premise saves it. If you had to look at everything in total, you might be a bit on the fence, but I think the premise is really cool. It's like Doctor Who. It is a little bit like Doctor Who with the time travelling, but with dinosaurs. And you can't really go wrong with that. I think the premise is really good. They could have done more with it, but the premise was good.
Yeah, I think you said everything that I feel about it as well. I even wrote in my notes that the premise is fun. I think the performances are pretty good. Some of the characters are a bit one-dimensional in this opening episode, and I'm assuming
if that, I'm going to be honest.
But they change from what I remember.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Not that much. Not that much.
It is a show that I enjoyed at the time. Honestly, I don't think I finished it, if I'm honest.
That's fair. It got, like I said, it got really boring towards the end, because I think at some point they managed to develop a device. Maybe it's just that they wanted people to see that taxpayer dollars were going towards, actual research into anomalies. But they eventually developed a device that sort of neutralized the anomaly. They turned, instead of like this fragmenting thing, they turned it into like this little ball, and nothing could get in or out, including the dinosaurs, which are the best bit.
So you're going to take away the dinosaurs?
That's what they did. They came along a site. They were like, "Oh, we've detected an anomaly." Oh, that's a tongue twister. An anomaly. Anyway, I forgot where I was going with that. Oh yeah, they found out how to find them as well. So they were basically, there was no chance for the dinosaurs to run amok because they were getting there so fast, and then there was no chance for the dinosaurs to come through because they were closing up the anomalies. That's like that's taking everything that was good about the show and getting rid of it.
Do you think a directive came down from up on high that said, we need to spend less money on this? Less money?
Way less money. All the dinosaurs, cut them. We don't need them. Douglas Henshaw, he's too expensive. Get rid of him.
He probably was, you know. He probably did eventually ask for more money or something, and that's why they got rid of him. Usually what happens.
Absolute. That's a travesty.
The effects, like we were saying, yeah, they've dated a bit. I generally didn't really have a problem with it, but I can see where you're coming from. They're not great.
No, and listen, I still enjoyed it, but it's bad.
Yeah.
Like, at no point do you think, wow, that's a real dinosaur. At any point.
It's definitely a product of its time. It's that little sweet spot after the return of Doctor Who when British TV was falling over itself to try and replicate the success of that franchise, isn't it?
And failing miserably.
They all did, really, didn't they? Some did it better than others, but they all failed. Yeah, I had a good time watching it, and I'm gonna keep watching it because someone bought me the box set, didn't they?
That was so mean of me. I'm so sorry, but they're good. And I think what Primeval does is they do think about different, not consequences. Different consequences that could happen. It's like it's not just dinosaurs. Like sometimes it's giant bugs. Sometimes it's like, I think even in series 1 there's a parasite episode.
Oh, that sounds
so, like,
fun. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So like they are good at, given that they've only got this single premise, I think they're good at exploring all the things they can do. I mean, even in series 1 they did like bugs, then they did water, which was really cool, and like at some point the anomaly was underwater and like water was flowing out and they were like creating a type. It was, yeah, I think given that they only had one thing to go off, they did a lot with it. Oh, and there was this really cool one where they were in like a office building, and the anomaly was in this place with like weird air, like it was gas basically, and it sort of flowed through the anomaly, and it was all in the office building, and there were giant slug creatures in the gas. So like you got that to look forward to. That was very cool.
That does ring a bell with me, actually. And I saw the little trailer for the second episode after the first one finished, and I remember the spiders.
The giant bugs.
Yeah.
From whatever era it was that Connor told me it was from. But I wasn't listening to him.
I'm going to look forward to that second episode with some particularly flat-looking CGI spiders. It's going to be great.
Oh yeah, for sure. It will be great. And a giant centipede as well.
Ooh, that's got me. Yeah, I'll definitely carry on. Yeah. So I think for both of us, this is probably a hit.
I hesitate to say yes in case like other people make themselves watch this. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be responsible for a bad time. But I really like it. So my personal opinion is yes, it's a hit, but I wouldn't recommend it to anybody else.
Well, the personal opinion is all that matters on retrospection.
Oh, well, in that case, absolutely. 10 out of 10. Loved it.
We can't be held responsible for what listeners do. We've learned that.
No.
No.
Wait, it's like, you sound like you were experiencing flashbacks there. You're like, oh God, not again.
Yeah.
We can't be responsible again.
Trust me.
The paperwork.
I'll tell you sometime. All right.
I'm frightened, but also scared.
So that is it for this episode of Retrospection. I'd like to say a big thank you to Eleanor for coming on board and chatting today.
Oh, well, thanks for having me. It's been weird, but I've enjoyed it.
I hope you had fun, and we'd love for you to come back and chat again at some point in the future.
Maybe you could take a week off and I could spend it with Colin instead. You know, just for variety, just to see what happens.
You know what? I would definitely listen to that one. I really would.
It's gonna end in a fight. You'll just hear like crashing noises and just like, it's too slow to watch! Ah! Wilhelm scream! Get a Wilhelm scream in!
So a big thank you to our Patreon supporters, and thank you to everyone for listening, and until next time, bye-bye. You can say bye as well.
Bye-bye. Oh, can I?
Yes.
Oh, bye.
Bye.